Anybody with questions? Right here on the side.
I guess we could start with your thoughts on Syracuse's running game. They came out and put up numbers that no one else has been able to do against you guys this year.
Yeah, it's discouraging. There's some times out there I thought we were playing pretty good defense, but when it wasn't tricky. They ran split zone over and over and over again. And we ran the same play, and we didn't have the same success that they did. So, anytime you get out rushed by 300 yards, you're gonna have some problems.
Over here in the middle.
In terms of Geno's performance, what effect do you think the weather had?
Well, it obviously had some effect. They didn't throw for many yards either, but it's hard to pinpoint one thing. I think did a poor job of overcoming adversity. There was a lot of adversity, and we just did a poor job of it. The surface was not good. It was sloppy out there, and it was wet. Not as much. You can't just sit there and pinpoint Geno. I mean, our O-line had a hard time of sitting down, and receivers had a hard time running routes, so it didn't look very good. So the team with the best run game was gonna win, and they clearly had the better running game.
Right here in the front. Andrew, up here in the front. In the middle.
Coach, was it weather? You went under center a lot. Obviously, with the new center, did you do that because Matson was out, or was that a weather-related thing?
Yeah, Geno felt better being underneath, just because the ball was wet, and he was a little bit more comfortable with Braun underneath. So, yeah, that was not a game plan going in. We were going to do probably a little bit more of it, just to try to hard count him some, but as the game went on, he just started feeling a little bit more comfortable with it. We took care of the ball. We have all year. We had one turnover tonight that I can remember, but and that one was a bang play that could have been called the other way. So we did a good job of with ball security, and the one thing about what we've done all year is we've done a good job of that. So he just felt more comfortable with it more than anything.
Right in front.
Dana, coaches are always on the sideline trying to make adjustments, try to find an answer. How frustrating is it? You said it's the same play over and over again. To be standing on the sideline, probably almost like a high school football game in a lot of ways, where this play is working, so they're going to keep running it over and over and over. How tough is that for you to stand there and watch that?
Yeah, pretty frustrating. I mean, I was on the headsets with the defense the whole time, and they were kind of trying to mix up their calls to try to out-gap them in specific situations, but they just did a better job with this on the line of scrimmage. And the one thing about what we've been able to do all year defensively is be able to control the line of scrimmage. Our pass defense was bad, but our run defense was okay. And then to be in a game like this where you got to rely on your run defense to help you win, you're not able to do it. It's pretty frustrating. I give Syracuse credit though. I mean, they did a better job of controlling the line of scrimmage, and they did a better job of running downhill.
Coach, obviously, after the way you guys started the season, the last 8 weeks had to have been disappointing. What do you take away from what's happened since week 5 in terms of going into next year and improving?
Well, it's a lot. We'll reevaluate everything and see where we're at. We're in a new position. I mean, the Big 12 is new to us, and Syracuse was not new to us, but the conference was new to us. So we're going to learn a lot more about what happened in the Big 12 this year. Moving on from here, it's a little bit more about that than it is the specific bowl game playing against Syracuse. We got to reevaluate a lot of things in our program to see what we got to do to get better to compete in the Big 12.
Coach, all the way to your far right.
Syracuse looked like they really covered your sweeps and outside stuff really effectively. To try to counter that, you threw the ball downfield a couple times. I think the Stedman and JD got a couple of completions. Did the weather keep you from doing that, or did you have something else you felt like you could do to counter what they were taking away from you?
understand the question. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we did tonight didn't work. You know, why is that? There's probably a lot of different variables. I'm not gonna sit here and pinpoint one person or one thing, but, you know, all of a sudden our scheme's not very good or any of that. We just did a poor job of executing. And you know, which is overcome adversity, which is a good defense. You know, Syracuse got great defense. They do a good job. they guard the perimeter a good bit. You know, they were motivated to play. So, you know, the bottom line is our team didn't overcome a lot of things and didn't do enough to keep us staying in the game.
A little bit to your left, Coach.
Coach, did you see the hold on Clay, and what did the refs tell you?
Yeah, but I'm not going to comment on that. You know, it all falls into one category. I mean, you get behind the chains, you get calls, you know, plays called back or whatever it is. You gotta keep playing. We did a poor job of continuing to play, and we did a poor job of overcoming some things.
Any other questions for Coach? In the back? Following up on an earlier answer, you mentioned reevaluating a lot of the program moving into next season to be able to compete in Big 12. Are there any things, immediate things, that you can recognize right away that need to improve points of emphasis heading into the offseason?
I'm not going to discuss them now. I'm gonna thank the 21 seniors. You know, just gave each and every one of them hugs in there. You know, those guys have overcome a lot. You know, they've overcame coaching changes, they've overcame conference changes, and they mean a lot to me and the coaching staff, and we appreciate what they've done. And they're always welcome to come back. But from a program, we're gonna take a couple of days off, start recruiting. You know, which is going to eat up about 90% of our time, 95% of our time over the next month, and then we'll have some time to sit back and start working on 2013.